Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 building video. This is part 2 of this build. If you want to see part 1, it will be linked down below, but we are building the other townhouse today. The other day we built the other side, which we actually split into 2 separate apartments that had 3 bedrooms each, and they were kind of run down, not been renovated. And then this one is the apartment my Sims are going to live in. It's going to be pretty luxurious, very nicely renovated. It's going to be very industrial looking, trying to keep to the heritage of the building and also fit everything that we need in it. So we need it to be at least 4 bedrooms and have, living space, office, a laboratory, because we got a bunch of stuff that we need to fit in. So there's a lot of really good suggestions because I asked you guys for sort of layout ideas or ways we could do things. A lot of you guys suggested a rooftop garden or something like that, or a greenhouse. So I initially started off by doing a sort of greenhouse roof up the top in this loft area. And I did go ahead and change the layout so that the whole big window that we have is going to be for the living space. Because it does make the most sense to take advantage of the living room and kitchen having this big beautiful window instead of the bedrooms. So we did actually end up moving the bedrooms downstairs. They don't have as glamorous kind of views or anything. In fact, one of them's in the basement as well, so it's not even that good. But it means that we have this really nice loft area that I'm building now, which is going to be like the lab and all that kind of stuff. And then the floor below is actually all the living space. So the living room, we have the dining area, the kitchen, all that kind of stuff is on this floor right here. And I'm spending a lot of time now trying to figure out how to do the stairs, because that was kind of a sticking point in the last part. I was trying to figure out how to do stairs and make it not feel cramped and like it's a little bit of a rat warren, because it started feeling really, really small in the last part. So I was playing around with this, seeing what I could do. I was gonna do double stairs, and then I was like, no, that takes up way too much space. So I'm doing single stacked stairs, which I start off by doing this. Now, obviously, this ground floor is actually a medium wall height, so that's why the stairs look like a lot longer. It's because they are medium. And I kept going with these sort of metal mesh stairs because I wanted it to feel quite industrial and factory-like. Because as I mentioned last part, the idea behind this build sort of changed into, it used to be a factory that we've now renovated into livable spaces. So that's why I'm sort of pulling some of those elements in and trying to work with that and figure out what I can do. So I actually was gonna use these jail things to create a mesh wall. Then I realized it did just look way too much like a jail. So I decided not to use those at all. And now I'm back to figuring out layouts because I was trying to figure out how this is all gonna work, how it's all gonna come together. I did like the idea of that mesh fencing there, but it made more sense to actually turn that into a bathroom. So we have a bathroom in the middle right there behind the stairs. I thought that was a really nice way to break up the living space. This floor here is actually going to be a bunch of bedrooms. Oh, not a bunch, it's going to be 2 bedrooms. But trying to figure out a way for the layout to work, because at the moment the stairs are taking up this huge space in the middle, and then we've got to have more rooms in the basement. So I was adding a few more window wells so we can get enough natural light down into the basement. And then trying to figure out a layout down here. I still wanted to give my 2 main Sims loads of space in their bedrooms. I didn't want them to have small bedrooms. We got a bunch of money. And that's what we were trying to work with. So that's why I was trying to figure out the layout. I spent ages just playing around. I wanted my main Sims, Bob and Trash, both of them to have the same size bedroom. I think they differ a little bit, but the actual livable space of their room is more or less the same. So that's what we're sort of going with, trying to keep that fairly even. Then we have a toddler as well. So we're having a little toddler room, and then we have a whole spare bedroom as well because I'm planning on potentially having another kid. So I wanted to have another bedroom ready for them so we didn't have to try and scramble and fit it in later. That's the plan. Actually, there's something else I do need to add to this build, but we'll do that when we jump into the live gameplay at the very end of the time lapse. Now, I'm still figuring out the layout. It's jumping back and forth. I've done some cuts and pauses. I don't know. It took me a long time to try and just get a layout I was happy with that I thought made sense. I moved the stairs around a little bit. I sort of flipped them the other direction because making them go the other way meant we could move where the hallway was. Then I was trying something else with the bedrooms here, because we had the stairs on the other side now, so I was flipping it around. It was a whole mess of just figuring out what works best, what's the easiest way to get the floor plan to flow and get maximum sort of space. And in the end, I think I ended up with something I'm pretty happy with. So there's a bedroom just here. On the left here on the ground floor is the toddler room. Just at the top of the screen right now is going to be Bob's bedroom. And then the basement floor is where Trash's room is going to be, and then the spare bedroom as well. I try to make them still pretty nice. At least I do my best to make them nice, even though they are in the basement. I did also start running out of money because this is all on a budget at the moment. Oh, actually, I was just about to say at the moment it said we had infinite money. We didn't actually. It's because I entered a build sheet. So we have about 60 grand left. So we don't fully furnish this entire build. We didn't really get around to landscaping either, which is a bit of a shame because I was hoping we could actually do some of that because I think the exterior could look really, really good if we did some landscaping around the outside. So we got to jump into the gameplay. Like when we go into the next episode of the Let's Play, that's when we're going to be able to get some more money, and then we can do some renovations through that. And then once that's all done, we can upload the final version to the gallery. But I will upload this version to the gallery. So if you want to check it out, it will be on my page, which is the Sim Supply on the gallery. You can find it there. I'll also link the download below, so you can just click to it straight there. And you can download this and change it up however you want, use it however you want or whatever. So you can check it out there. But yeah, so I'm sort of playing around with the wall patterns. Like I said, I was trying to keep this industrial. So a lot of it is exposed red brick. Then I had some painted white bricks on that sort of that larger living space floor. And then I'm also using these sort of rendered concrete walls for the rest of it. And that's kind of it, just that palette. It's a palette I've used before. I've done these industrial builds before and I really, really like them. So I've also gone for sort of polished concrete floors in most of the build. Then in the bedrooms, I'm doing floorboards because I felt that was a bit softer, a bit more forgiving in a bedroom. And then we also add rugs into the bedrooms to make them a bit warmer. I was going to do carpet, but then I felt the carpet felt really out of place in this build. So I used these nice dark floorboards, and I thought that fit really, really nicely with like some red brick and the concrete floors. And I really like the look of it. So we sort of do the exposed red brick on the exterior walls. Interior, we have like the white concrete walls, and we sort of go with that all through the build. So downstairs, the layout is a little bit more simple. It's not as crazy as the basement floor we're now is a little bit more simple to the ground floor. That was a little bit more kind of wacky because we had to get the 2 stairs in there. So downstairs we have this bedroom here that I'm in right now is going to be Trash's, and then she has an ensuite. So all 3 bedrooms that we furnish have ensuites. There's 1 bedroom downstairs that doesn't have an ensuite, but there's a separate bathroom downstairs for them. So it basically is like their own bathroom because all other bedrooms have a bathroom. I think we end up with, how many bathrooms do we have in this place? We've got 1 in the living floor, 2 on the ground floor, and then 2 on the basement. We got 5 bathrooms in this place. 4 bedroom, 5 bathroom. Pretty good. That's a pretty good ratio. I mean, everyone gets their own bathroom, so that's quite nice. Now, I did rip out some of the side windows here. I was figuring I wanted to do something a little different on here. So I ended up doing more of, and also on the ground floor, you saw I actually added more of these Moschino loft windows. I really, really love these windows. They're my favorite. So I actually added them here too because I thought it'd look really cool from the inside. I don't know that I'm completely sold on the look from the outside because it's quite square, but from the inside, it looks really good. And that's what I was quite happy with. So I actually did end up changing what I was doing with the roof here because it was going to be the greenhouse roof. Then I thought, because a lot of you guys suggested doing a rooftop garden kind of thing. Now, we're not doing a garden, but we're doing a rooftop area because we have a rocket ship. And we have to place that somewhere. So that's sitting on the roof. I know it looks kind of wacky, but that's where it's going to go. That's the only place. That's the only space we have. There's literally nowhere else it could go. I mean, you can technically, cheat and put it in the basement. Like we could go to the basement and just put it down there and it would still work. But I mean, I don't like that. So I guess by that same logic, sitting it on the roof, a rocket ship on a roof like this, that's this built up also doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense to me than putting it in a basement with no roof, no cutout anyway. So that's what we're doing. I mean, if we had a garden, I'd just put it out there, but we don't, unfortunately. So that's where it sits. So just up here on the roof, we have this little one-time. I haven't actually fully play tested this build yet. I figured what we'd do is we just build everything how I want it. And then once we get into the gameplay and the Let's Play, once we get back to the Rags to Repayment Let's Play, we're going to be testing a lot of this stuff out anyway. And if stuff doesn't work, we'll adjust it. And like I said, once we're fully done with the build, I'll upload it again. So any changes that I make will be in the final build. So this area here, I was just doing like a little planter box. Now, normally I would use the build mode plants for this, But I thought, you know what? Why not? Why don't we just use the buy mode catalog plants and just sort of all just chuck them in here? Because I figured half walls never cut away. Half walls are always visible. They never minimize or I don't know, yeah, cut away. So you always see half walls. So I figured we could put all these plants in there. They would look, different and nice and a little bit of fun. And it looks like it's really good planter. And it doesn't look weird because you don't see all the pots. Now, this is another bit that I struggled with, and I think we're going to have to change this as well once we get in the gameplay because I don't think it's going to work. But this is, because we brought a bunch of plants from our previous lot. We've got some like orchids and death flowers and some birds of paradise. We have like 9 plants, and I was trying to fit them into this space. And I was gonna put them on the roof, and you'll see I try to do it a little bit later because I was like, oh, why didn't I just put it outside? Then I remembered, oh yeah, we have seasons and plants die half of the year if they're not covered, and I didn't want to cover what we have on the roof because actually I don't think we can go up another level anyway, but also because we don't want to cover the rocket either. So anyway, I was doing like this little indoor greenhouse kind of thing that's sort of all like self-enclosed there, and I was like, oh, this would be cool. I like the look of that. And then I was like, oh yeah, we have the whole invention machine, which I still want to use because I wanted to put it in his lab. Like, I want to have a lab. So I had to redesign that space to hopefully get it all to fit. And I ended up putting all the plants underneath the stairs. And it even gets a little bit more cramped than that in just a moment when I realized I have a few other items that I need a place as well. Like I've got the robotics machine that I want to use. There's also, I think we have like a chemical synthesizer as well that I need a place. So it gets really cramped with the plants. Everything else is fine, but I think we're going to have to mess around with the plants maybe and figure out a better way to do that. We could even put them out in the street maybe if we covered them. I'm not sure. Yeah, so we got the robotics station here, because we have a servo robot, so we want to keep that so we can upgrade them and all that as well. So that's why I was like, it's kind of, this is what I ended up doing. I was like, what if I just shove the plants in here? I'm not convinced that these are accessible at all. So we're going to have to check that out. Like I said, we're going to have to do some testing in the Let's Play, but that will be to come. For now, they're sitting there, and I think it looks pretty good with them just sitting there, so I'm happy with that. And then I used those loft windows all around that sort of lab because I thought it looked really cool. I think it looks so cool having that whole loft space looking out over the living area. And once we get into the live gameplay at the end, we'll jump into first person mode and we'll be able to see a really, really nice view of it. Yeah, so we have all these little laboratory items that we're placing down, this big test tube thing as well. I think it's all really cool and sort of adds to the vibe because Bob is still working in the scientist career for reasons. He doesn't really need to anymore, but I like it. That's just where he's ended up. And it's going to be really exciting because now that we've sort of done this build finally, we can get roommates to live next door. And I'm hoping it works out well. I'm hoping that it does. Because that was always our plan, was to become a landlord and get people to move in next door and have that all work nicely, or at least hopefully. Yeah, so downstairs we got this bedroom here at the back. This is Trash's. She has a nice big ensuite as well. Obviously the bedrooms are not ginormous, but by no means is that bedroom small. It's pretty spacious for that bedroom. And likewise with Bob's upstairs as well, it's quite spacious. And then this is the toddler room here at the front of the house, which I was quite happy with. I mean, I just basically added all the stuff that we needed. Got a sweet race car bed, a little room partition thing, a dresser, some shelves, all that kind of stuff, just to, add to the room, make it a little bit of fun. I didn't want the kids' room to be super industrial looking, so we made it fun. I had a little fun wallpaper in there too. In a minute, we'll see that. And we got a little dollhouse. We actually gave the kids some good stuff, which I'm pretty happy with. So that's all going in there. And then the toddler even has their own ensuite. I mean, that's if you're a toddler and you got your own ensuite, that's pretty incredible. So there you go. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was trying to choose a rug for a while as well. So this is actually at the point where I was starting to think I'm running out of money. Like, we still have 45,000. We still got quite a bit, but we've got a lot to furnish. We've only literally just started furnishing now, and I wanted this to be like a luxurious townhouse. So like I said, we don't fully finish furnishing this. There's still we still have a spare bedroom to do, and I didn't finish the main bedrooms either. I reckon this toddler room I'm pretty happy with, but I didn't finish Bob or Trash's bedrooms. So I still need to go back and do those, but I ran out of money because we spent a lot on a lot of spaces. The living room I'm pretty happy with. The living, dining, and kitchen area. I think it's cool. And we also have a really cool little office space. I'm excited. I'm excited to show you this. I think it's going to be cool because I got a lot of you guys submitting floor plan ideas and different ways of doing it. And it was really, really interesting because everyone has a different idea. And I took some elements and sort of combined them, and then you guys also gave me some inspiration to try some other ideas as well. Like definitely having the living room on this floor, or the living space on this floor, I think it was the best way to go for sure. And I actually really like this bathroom here in the middle. I was originally going to use this bathroom as like a divider for the kitchen and the rest of the space, but I was like, it'd be kind of sad to have the kitchen tucked away behind the giant windows in the living space. So you'll see me play around with that idea in a minute. I was also keeping the bathroom pretty simple. We just got a toilet, a shower, and then a simple sink. I was going to use counters, but as you saw, it started getting a little bit crowded and a bit cramped, so it didn't go all out. I did try to decorate this bathroom quite nicely. Like, it is very gray. It's a very gray bathroom, but I think it works really nicely with the wood tone of the sink, and then we got the green of the plant. And then over the other side on this wall, I'm doing some of the city living pieces of art here, like the koi, and is that a peacock? Yeah, like a little peacock there. I think that looks really cool. I actually really liked it. It's not like super over the top or anything, but I thought it was quite nice. So yeah, this is where I was deciding what I was going to do with the kitchen, because I was going to do this. This is my initial idea, but I was like, I realized once I put the counters in, I'm like, it's quite small back there. And then, especially when I did this, because I wanted to do a laundry room, because I realized I hadn't planned one out yet. So I was like, I want a laundry room. I have a kitchen there. And then I was like, man, this kitchen's really sad. It's like tucked away in a corner. It's like tucked away in a hallway. It's so small. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, this is like, why would you build this whole house and then have the kitchen hidden? I was not happy with it. I liked the idea in theory, you know, that the bathroom would be a nice room divider. But in practice, it was kind of sad. So I sort of picked out the stuff that I wanted, and then I realized it was not going to fit back here because it just is no good. So instead, I flipped it around. I moved so the laundry door is still through the kitchen, but now it's over this side. So the kitchen is now it just goes along this singular wall instead. And I actually really like this. I did want to do like a little lowered table section at the end, but it didn't really make any sense because I don't know. It just made the kitchen way too long. And I was going to do an island section here, which I liked, but it also meant the living room would be really small because we need to have a dining area and we also need to have a sofa and TV area. So I couldn't really do an island for the kitchen without taking up too much space. And I thought this was really cool. I did this really, really long range hood for the stove. It goes all the way up the wall. I was like, that's sick. I don't know. I thought that was awesome. I was like, that's really cool. And then I put some pipes on it. Like I said, I was trying to keep it pretty industrial in here and having a nice, you know, polished feel to it. Like it's been renovated, but it still has these elements of what it used to be. And I thought, this glass table, I love this as well. Like we're trying to do this sort of designer luxury feel. So I was like, yeah, this table, these chairs, we're gonna go to like the lightwood chairs. I was like, I don't know. I was really happy with the space. I was really happy with the space. I did spend a while trying to choose a table. I was wondering if there was a table that matched those chairs better. There wasn't really one that was also in the style that I wanted. So I went for this table, and then I did choose like the sort of, I think it's like a gold kind of color on the table maybe, when I eventually change it. Eventually, there it is. Yeah, sort of, it's got like this, like, it's a slightly darker wood and then like a yellowy gold kind of color on it, and it sort of matched the chairs a bit better. And then next to the kitchen here, I actually just did a bookcase because I wanted to put something there. I didn't want to do more counters because when I added 2 more counters, it made the kitchen look really, really big and like way too long. So I didn't end up doing that. But I do like the 6-seater dining table, especially with that little decoration in the middle. Then over here in the corner is where we're having the living space. And you better believe that I'm using some Moschino stuff here. We got the Moschino windows. We're going for the Moschino pack, like sofa and armchair. Just because I thought, like, that really fits this place. This whole loft, I think it has that vibe to it. And these guys, you know, they're like, we've got money now. We've got a cloning machine. We're just cloning our stuff now. We don't even care, you know. We're getting Moschino couches. But yeah, also, like, the living space you can see is actually not that big. But I think it more than makes up for it in the space. Like the ceiling height is massive. You got these corner windows, you know, window on the left, window on the right. You got this amazing view. Like I said, we'll jump into first person soon, and we'll be able to see that. And it's just so. I think it's sick. I think it's so good. I don't know how many times I've said sick in this video, but it's cool. This is getting over the top here. I was like trying to do a TV stand, and I was like, what am I doing? I was like really ruining the aesthetic of the build. I just used this cabinet instead, made it black and flipped it around the other way. Oh no, I didn't. I was going to do that. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to use a pole, like a pipe, which I thought was cool too. The other cabinet I thought was a good idea, but then I was like, and then I saw the pipe sitting in the catalog and I was like, yeah. Oh, look at this Moschino couch. I did have fun with this though. I thought it was a really nice little space. So I just did. Like, I guess we don't really need a TV, but I think it's nice to just have that sitting there. I really wish that they had like projector screens that could like roll away or something and disappear. So actually, on those two windows there, I added blinds up the very top. On the big arch window, I didn't because like I mean it would look really dumb, so I didn't do that. But I added blinds on the side windows, so you can close those. I mean you can't, but we're imagining that you could. But you couldn't close the big arch window. So this is a little laundry room. We've got a washing machine and a dryer. We're keeping up laundry. We had it in our previous tiny build. Now we're moving into a bigger house. We can have the laundry in here. Oh, actually, oh no. Wait a second. Am I gonna have to do laundry for the roommates as well? That's something I didn't consider. Let me know in the comments. Like, is that gonna? I didn't even think about that because we have the whole other 2 apartments next door, with 6 potential roommates that could move in. If I'm having to do their laundry as well, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't. Then I'm gonna disable my laundry. Or we could just get the servo to do it. So this area back here instead, I was like, what can we use this for? And I was like, oh, we don't have our laptops anymore. Because we have the laptops, but we don't have a space for them. So I decided to make this like a little office space. And I thought these big 3-seater or these 3-length dining tables look so good for this. So we get these big executive chairs. So after all this time of being in this tiny little trailer and having one-tile tables, they finally have big expansive desks to use. I also don't know if I gave them each the right laptop because I'm putting up their diplomas and their like little photos from their graduation above their desk space. But I don't know which laptop was which because we like locked them per sim. So I have to double check that in gameplay. But they're sitting there like that and getting another bookshelf around there. And I was like, yeah. I really like the little office area. I was really happy with that. And then I think we just do like a little reading corner as well, just nearby. And we just get a few boxes in here. Like they're doing some work, getting some stuff done. A few little books and clutter items here to just, make it look a little bit more lived in. We don't want this whole thing looking like a big show home. Like, I want it to feel lived in. Like, we went from the tiny home that just had stuff everywhere. Like, I want it to still have that sort of feel of it just being, crazy. And not crazy, but in a neater way, Like, I want it to be semi-neat, but still have some stuff around the place. I wouldn't mind getting like more clutter items as we go on. Like I said, though, we are running out of money. We've only got 11 grand left at the moment, and I was like, oh god, I gotta finish these bedrooms. I gotta get the stuff we need. I was trying to figure out what to put in the room, but I was like, I can't afford to decorate the rooms because I haven't done any of the bathrooms. Like, I got to do all those. I did originally have those big double doors for the bedrooms. And I'm wondering, let me know if you thought that those were a cool idea, because I changed them to the single tile doors just because I wanted to do a built-in wardrobe, so I needed a smaller door. But we can always go back to those because those are quite nice. So the toddler's bathroom, we actually do a bathtub in here because, we're going to need one. And then we just do a freestanding sink and a little toilet. I do actually move the potty out of there because I didn't actually have room for it. I guess we didn't have to put a toilet in there. I could have just had a potty, but I was like, that seems a little unrealistic to have a whole ensuite bathroom that we just didn't put a toilet in because we have a toddler. So I was like, I'll just put the potty in the bedroom, put it over here, and that'll be fine. And then what else? Yeah, so the toddler room is the most finished bedroom. And then I think trash is the bedroom in the basement is the next most finished. The ensuite, we get a nice big bathtub. Also have a nice shower. I love using those showers and making them like sort of more open. Because, I don't know, I feel like well, maybe not all, but a lot of new showers that are being built these days are, these sort of open glass ones. They just have a big glass pane and then a shower. They don't, not so much like self-contained units, like almost every single one in The Sims is. So I like using those showers and just having them open, especially because that shower Sims don't get embarrassed in, so another Sim can walk in the room without it being a problem, which is also handy. So it means you can have multiple Sims use the bathroom at once, and then not get embarrassed. So that's really good. So downstairs we have another 2 bathrooms, 2 3x3s. We have like no money left, as you can see, but we have a few items here in the in our household inventory that I was just selling because we didn't really need them. I got rid of all the guitars. I finally got rid of Bob's medals and all that because we just didn't need them anymore. I know I was holding on to them for a long time, but I finally gave in and I finally got rid of them because I don't remember when we got them. You guys are just like, why do you have that? Just get rid of it. So just sell it. So I finally sold it, and it finally came in handy. That's why I kept it all this time, guys, was so we could finally sell it when we did this renovation way down the line. So this is Trash's bathroom here. I think I actually changed the bathtub, do I? Oh, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Yeah, I did, because the bathtub was a little too big in this layout. If I moved the door, it would have worked, but I also didn't want to copy and paste the bathroom that we did upstairs because it's in the exact same spot, just a floor below, but I wanted them to have their own unique bathrooms. I didn't want them all to be the same, so I sort of made it a little bit more bespoke for Trash. And again, as time goes on and we get a bit more money, I would like to decorate them more and make them a little bit more personalized than they currently are. Because right now they are just all items I plonked down. And I did want to personalize their bedrooms more, but again, I just didn't have the money to do it, which is a bit of a shame. We did get a few things here in Trash's room, which is nice. Just the bed and a couple of bedside tables, I think, and then like a rug, and that's kind of all I was able to do. That's like all I was able to do before we kind of ran out of money. And then I think I did a few tables in Bob's room as well, and that all worked out quite nicely. But overall, with I think the floor plan and the furnishings that we were able to do and complete, I'm actually really happy with this build. I love the lab up the top. I think that's sick. I'm so happy with that. And then just a few little decorations here. I think I spent a while trying to choose a rug actually on this. I was like, none of these rugs work because I want them to be the right size. I wanted to fit everything in and to look good. And it was kind of tough to find one that actually fit all that. But let's go ahead and jump into the game and I'll give you a quick tour of what we've got. All right, so here is the build. I mean, it looks, you know what, can I like, at least while I'm showing it off, can I just hide that? Because it looks ridiculous. All right, there we go. So this is the build. If you missed part 1, we built the townhouse over on the right, and we divided it into 2 apartments. The top 2 floors are 1 apartment, and the ground floor and the basement floor are a different apartment. So that's how we did that one, and I'll give you a quick just overview of that one as well. So we've got on this ground floor here, you enter. This is the door to this apartment. So there's 3 bedrooms here on the ground floor, which might seem odd, but it made sense because all the bedrooms would have, you know, nice windows to the outside. Then downstairs is their main living space. Oh, where did the fridge go? Oh, it disappeared. Is it in here? No, that's my... Okay, the fridge is gone. All right, let me just get another fridge. Okay, oh. All right, so we've got a problem down here. Can I sell? Okay, well, anyway, I'll fix that later. So that's the kitchen, little living space. They got a really gross living room, like that rug. They do have a ping pong table and a bar, though. So that's that one. Then I really love this apartment. So you come up here. This is their front door here. You come into their little living, well, not living, the kitchen area, which is disgusting. The walls are dirty. They're cracked. They're falling apart. It's really dilapidated. Little bathroom in here with the old style toilet, sink, and a shower there. And then the living room in here. Again, with a kind of old rug, kind of creepy pictures that we put up. A little office nook in there. Upstairs, though, this is where it gets interesting because the living space is open to this big window. And we have a couple of bedrooms that actually only have windows facing into this room. So their view is actually through the other window and like you can see to the living room. It is a little unusual, but it's really cool and I really like it. This bedroom's really nice. Whoever lives in here has made an effort to make it look good. The other 2 are pretty gross. They go there. Anyway, so we're looking at this room. That was just a little recap. This apartment right here. So this is it. We got the toddler room on the ground floor, little entrance. Like I said, it's kind of blank because we didn't actually have enough money to finish it. But you come in here and this is the main, it's kind of just a little hallway. Nothing too crazy. This is Bob's room here. I did a little bit of decorating. He's got a sim ray up on the wall there, up above his bed, a little couple of bedside tables, and then his ensuite bathroom is just in there, which I think is quite good. And then the toddler room, you know, let's jump into first person here. and just jump into here. It's kind of crazy. There's color everywhere, but I think the toddler's going to love it. We did go for a little bit of an alien theme because he is an alien toddler. So we got little UFO light, the UFO painting. We've got the UFO bedside lamp as well. Having a bit of fun with that little dollhouse over there. Some blocks on the floor. Little art table. The potty's there. And through here is the bathroom. Nothing really too special in there. And then I guess I should look at Bob's room like this as well. This is Bob's room. Again, nothing too special because we kind of didn't have enough money. So don't expect anything crazy in here. But we will continue to make them better. Downstairs now, again, we didn't really have any money for this hallway. That door is actually good. That goes from the outside, so you can come in this way as well. To the left here is a spare bedroom, which we don't have anything in. And then in here is Trash's room, which is kind of nice. You know, got a little bed, some pictures on the wall. I really like those lamps, actually. They, I don't know, really add to the look and feel. I did actually add a sliding door here to the window well. So this is just literally a well. I figured we'd just put some plants out here, you know, just some greenery, with some vines on the wall. But it also had a door, so I could imagine, you know, opening up the door, just having a chair out there or something, you know, getting some fresh air. Because you're in a basement, you know, you want it to hopefully feel a little bit more, you know, open. And then her bathroom in there, which actually decorated a bit more than Bob's, so that's quite nice. Then the real area. We go up, hang on, oh, no, let me not spoil it. Go up these stairs here, and we come into the main living space. Oh, yeah. So we have this big, beautiful window right here. The kitchen and dining area over there. I think that looks so nice. Like that, I mean, I might change the color of that couch. I think I regret that. I like the black and white one better. But anyway, this is the main dining and kitchen area. We've got that huge range hood, those big lights hanging down from the ceiling there. There's the loft and the lab up over there, which I think is so cool to see. And then we got this giant window, and you got the on the corner as well, so you can see out to the river, but you can also see out down the street, which I think that view right there, I think that looks incredible. Like, imagine having this space right on the canal, right along this sort of this area here, seeing all those beautiful buildings. Oh, it's just so nice. I would love this so much. And through this little door down here, past the kitchen, is our laundry. If we come back around this way again, whoops, it's a bit fast. We have the bathroom here on this level, you know, nice and simple. I would like to put something in that wall there. It's a bit blank, but that's okay. Around the back here, we've got the office as well, which I think is a nice little study area. Got a nice little window there. There's plenty of windows in this place, so I think that's great. Big mirror here as well, because this area is a little bit more enclosed if you're facing this way, so the mirror just sort of helps open it up a bit. And then if we go over this way, we're going to go up to the lab. First, we go into this area, because this area is separate, because it is kind of outdoors, technically, with the roof there. We've got some plants through there. Don't know if we can get to those, but we'll sort that out. We got Bob's lab in here with the invention machine, the robotics thing, and the chemical analyzer or whatever synthesizer. That's there. And then we go up to the roof, which is where we had the rocket, which is out the back here. I just undo, there it is. That's where the rocket sits, and that's where we put our weather machine, which hopefully is actually usable. That is the build for now. I do want to add like some trees out the front or something, some landscape around the side. I would love to have some vines as well coming up the building, doing all that, just really sort of finishing it off. But that's the build so far. And again, if you did miss the part one, this is what this area looks like in the older one. I think this looks just as good. Like, it's a completely different aesthetic. It's obviously a little bit run down, but I think this just looks as incredible as the other one as well. But yeah, this is the renovated one. I'm so happy with this. But thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, the link to download this will be below. But keep an eye out, because as we play a little bit further into the Let's Play, we will renovate this a bit more, fully furnish it, and I'll post it again at that point. But that is it for this build. If you got any comments or suggestions, we are still, kind of working on this. I mean, I might change these windows here. I like those ones. I love it. I love the look from the inside, but the outside, I don't know if I'm sold on, so we might change that. Maybe even just by adding a third window and then having another big arch, but it might be too much, so I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.